very new flight attendants, dropping them off for the very first day.
They get a white shirt.
Yeah, they're like the first day of school. You know what I mean? I got the kick out of it because it's like the first day of school, right?
Right.
That kid's like in a white shirt, all collared up, got their backpack on, got their little bitty Slurpee cup, and they're walking in. Everybody's giving them high fives. And it's really cool, though. I mean, we didn't have that. I mean,
hell no, we didn't have any of this stuff.
Getting your damn
color-coded shirts
right?
and jackets.
Get in a room. First, get on the scale, then get in a room.
Yeah, yeah. My ass, like, literally, I have no record of my class. Do you have a class picture?
No, we don't have a class picture. And
I don't have a class picture either.
I was just talking to Chris the other day and asking her, because she was like the class.
Yeah.
Go figure, class president.
Right.
Right. You get the class
Sure.
president. That was her. Mm-hmm. She knows where everybody's at.
Oh wow. No.
She knows who's still here. I have no idea.
Yeah.
She's like, gee, do you remember this? And I'm like, no.
Somewhere in the archive, somewhere in this house, I have a list of my class.
Yeah.
I know I kept that thing, but like I have no class picture. We graduated. We didn't even have uniforms.
Yeah.
Like we didn't even have like a uniform to wear to go to work.
No, I know.
Like we got our uniforms from the hand-me-down box when we got to the base. I'm not bullshitting you. They were like you got to the base. I know. You got to the base, and they were like, hey, okay, everybody's got to go get one piece of uniform, figure out a uniform, and there's flight attendants have turned in different pieces, find something. Like
now, the reason why I'm laughing,
really?
Like our size.
Right. Well, I was a little smaller back then.
Yeah, but still,
yeah.
We were still bigger than most men that were doing this job.
Yeah.
So
no
for
way.
us to find those sizes,
I had one
tough.
shirt, one pair of pants, and a tie. That was it.
Yeah.
That's all I got for almost a year.
Well, the cool thing about this
nasty.
video, I was having so much fun watching this video because it takes you back, right? You see the excitement in their eyes and stuff. So they walk in, it's like their first day, everybody's slapping hands, and they're going in, and then they do their uniform fittings and all that exciting stuff, and their first little box lunch. We didn't get no box lunch.
No, dude.
Right? No box lunch at all.
No, I don't remember any lunches whatsoever.
Nothing. We had to go back and we had something like a sandwich in our room.
Yeah, they
we got like $106 allotment that we had to pay back.
Yeah, you had to pay it all back.
Yeah, I had to pay it back.
We got our uniforms finally when you did get your uniforms, because that's when they had
to pay that back too.
I came in, my class was like in a transition of like new uniforms coming, old uniforms going, so they didn't have anything, for us to like order or whatever. And so, but you had to pay all that back. And then now, today, our new hires don't have to pay any of that back.
No.
None of it.
No.
I'm like...
But anyway, I get the kick out of this video. I really did. And it kind of took me back.
Yeah.
So, I do love new hires when they come on because they're all excited.
Right.
You get these new people.
Me too.
Great personalities, man, excited about the job. They're coming on there. They want to learn. You got a bunch of them that want to learn. And I just had somebody the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't... I'm thinking, how did you go from this exciting person, right?
You excited to be here and all this stuff.
Get through training, got through that, got your base, come online.
Right.
You're 2 weeks in. Okay. 2 weeks in. You're just meeting your crew. You're coming on there and you don't say anything to the crew members. You walk on board. You sit down in the jump seat, start eating your sandwich. Gets better. The other flight attendant goes, "Excuse me, are you part of the crew?" The response was, "Yeah, but I'm the 5th flight attendant, and I'm not required to do much."
No, hell no.
2 weeks in.
Dude.
How does that happen? How did you go from this exciting person in training? And this is the truth. I'm not exaggerating this at all. Yeah. This is the truth. How did you go from that to this person that says, I'm not required to do much? Now,
In 2 weeks.
The response from the other flight attendant was, "Really? You need to get up off that jump seat and get out there and start doing something.
Get your ass doing something."
I'm walking out of the galley. I'm laughing because I'm like, man, did you just step into it, right?
Right.
You stepped into the wrong situation because we come from old school. Old school, we work together. It's a team. Flight attendants are a team.
Well, they're taught that too nowadays. It's not.
I know.
You don't have to be old school to have that. That's what they're being taught. This is why we have probation.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I am a total 100% advocate. I'm all happy for new hires to come here. They want to do the job. They want to get, they want to immerse themselves. They come on looking for more knowledge and all this stuff. But when I get the attitude like you're saying you just got there, like those are the people you need to be like writing them up. Like it's not cool to be writing up flight attendants, any work environment. It's not cool to do that. But this is the time right now where this is the proving ground. Like you got to prove that you want to be here.
But let's go back on that a little bit when you say first of all, we rarely. I mean, you rarely ever write a crew up.
No,
you take care of it internally. Before we go, be extreme. I know. Before we go any farther, you don't do that. It's you take care of the majority parts of it internally. What he's talking about, because he knows a little bit more to the story, and I'm not going to get into it because it's irrelevant. But there's a lot more to the story that happened during that flight. That
it continues. The attitude continues.
It continues, and the thing is that my point being is how did you go from this excited person? And I mean, I was looking forward to you actually being on our crew and experiencing that and seeing that excitement to this person that I couldn't wait for you to actually move on in your career.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want you on the plane. And that's a sad thing. That's a sad fact because
that's why I don't empathize with these new hires. Like you come here, you get the job, you've done all this hard work, you've gone through training, you made it this far, you actually are on the job, you're doing the job. And if 2 weeks into it, you give me an attitude of like a 3-year flight attendant, I don't got time for that shit.
Yeah.
Like get this asshole, this girl, guy, whatever out of here. Because all that's going to do is they're like, how good of a flight attendant is that?
They're not good. I mean, no, it's not. And like I said, it's
miserable for everybody here that works with them because they don't understand. They haven't figured out their training, figured out by the time they went through orientation, figured out all these different things that they've had to train them and evaluate them and get them to this point. And they sneak through and they still get through. And then now they show up 2 weeks later on a plane like this. Dude, I had zero time for that.
And before we go any farther, realize this was just one person.
One person.
I run into so many amazing new people, and Sean does too. Yeah. We run into a tremendous amount of amazing new flight attendants and old flight attendants. This was just one individual. And I just thought it was funny because when I seen this video about the training, and I thought, man, this is really cool. And then I thought, well, how in the hell did you get from that point to this point? And then I didn't understand. But then I also I was reading this social media. I don't like responding to any social media. I love reading some of the things.
Except for ours. He'll respond to ours.
I know, but I don't like, as far as like some of these groups of flight attendants are part in, I read some of the things, and you wonder sometimes with the crews, like a person goes, what the hell you mean you don't deal with medicals?
Yeah.
And then a flight attendant goes, well, I don't deal with vomit. And then another one says, well, I'm just the communicator. And the other one says, I just do this. I'm like, I don't get that.
I know.
I don't get that mentality because flight attendants are there. It's a crew mentality, right?
Well, it takes a village to do our job, right?
I know.
I mean, like it takes, you can't do it by yourself, one. And and then you need all those different people like to do that. And people are avoiders of freaking vomit, who nobody likes to deal with that shit. But there's certain parts of our job that in the moment, doesn't matter what it is. If there's a medical, somebody drops on the floor and you're the person there, you're dealing with that.
Yeah.
Like you should be doing that. And if you don't, there's like repercussions to that.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't respond to this? Like, why didn't you respond to this person? Like, what? You've been trained to do all this stuff. Why aren't you using your training?
Right.
Right. So, yeah, I get that. And, in the chat thing, you could say all kinds of bullshit, like, I don't want to do this. I don't do this. I don't do that.
But then they put anonymous next to it.
Yeah. On the job, you need to be doing whatever you need to be doing to get the freaking village on the ground.
Yeah.
Right?
Just wanted to touch on that because didn't understand how you went from this exciting thing to what we got on the plane the other day. But one thing I do love is that we get a lot of passengers that they bring little gifts.
Oh yeah,
right. And gift giving,
we get that a lot.
Flight attendants love gift giving.
Hell yeah,
right. We're some gift accepting individuals.
I don't know about gift giving. We get gift getting. Yes,
gift accepting.
Getting.
I said accepting.
You
individuals.
said giving.
No, gift giving, but gift accepting individuals. He's not paying attention.
We like to take, not give.
Shut up. See, shut up, Sean. Here it goes. We're gonna have a shirt. I'm telling you, shirt's coming out. But anyway, we receive the Starbucks gifts. That's a normal, right?
Oh yeah.
We get candy,
cookies. Cookies.
Would you eat cookies?
Yeah, I mean, like we get cookies.
No, but would you eat like a pastor's homemade cookies?
Not pastor homemade cookies. I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember a flight attendant that used to bring muffins, and I'd have to turn down the muffin.
Yeah.
Because he had 13 cats. So all the DNA of those cats is in that damn muffin. I ain't eating it. Yeah, that's nasty.
That's nasty.
I'm not eating it. Nope. Not happening.
I mean, that goes back to conversation you were talking about knowing how clean people are. Like you already knew this guy is a big cat person, so there might be some hair in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like a stranger. I mean, that's ultra rare. Like a pastor bringing us some personal baked goods.
They still do it though.
I haven't seen that in a long time. It's always usually, they've bought us a package, box of cookie or box of chocolates. Or
now the candies are big. We're getting a lot of candies.
Yeah, lots of candies.
Now here's a little different one though. This crew, you know what they got?
What's that?
Tickets to it was actually the porn awards.
Convention?
No, awards.
Oh,
porn
award.
awards. Yeah.
Ooh.
Porn.
Yeah.
Awards.
Yeah.
Would you go?
Yeah.
I know. I was like, I knew he'd go.
Hell yeah.
So we got into this conversation. This guy was telling me,
dude, that's like the ultimate people watching. Now you get to see all these people, porn stars there. Can you imagine what they're all dressed like?
Well, I was talking to him. I'm like, did you have to convince your crew? He goes, no, it was the coolest crew.
Oh no.
Is that the best crew that you get these tickets to this porn awards and everybody wants to go?
Yeah.
So they go over to this place. They go in there, and he said the first thing that you see when you walk in is these toys. It just goes,
so they had exhibitors to the industry.
Yeah,
is all there.
Yeah,
so you got
distributors.
Yeah.
Distributors.
Vibrator makers. You got toys, dolls that you can play with.
This is the shit that we go through. I said, I love this job.
This is awesome.
So he's walking through there, and he goes, I wish I would have did it. And he goes, I didn't do it. But they had this full-size dildo standing there. And he goes, I was standing next to it. And he goes, all I can think about is, I want to get a picture.
Why didn't he? That's he passed that up, man.
Right? Yeah. Once in a lifetime opportunity.
Just hanging out with my boy Dick.
That's it.
Yeah, his big dick.
So I was talking to him, and he goes, "Could you believe that happened?" I said, "Yeah, I was going on a layover one time. No, I was going on a layover, and the hotel that we were staying at, because they had a lot of cancellations. Yeah, it was oversold." So they stuck me over at this other hotel, and I haven't never laid over there.
Sure.
So I'm pulling up in the van. I look up at the marquee.
You spit.
Do you know what it said?
What did it say?
It said porn convention.
Porn convention.
Oh. I'm laying over at a hotel.
That's a porn convention.
Porn convention.
Well, you got lucky.
My face is beaming. I'm walking.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I had the same thing happen. We were laying over, and I want to say it was up in Spokane, Washington, or some weird, obscure out there place here in the United States. And I walk into the hotel, and it's a drag queen convention. That's what I get. You got porn convention.
Dude, I was in Vegas. I was going through Vegas. We used to stay at that one hotel. I can't say it. But we used to stay at one of the hotels out there.
Right.
And I was walking in with the crew, and this woman was walking in, and she's trying to hit on me, and these girls are like, I can't believe that woman's hitting on you. I'm like, see, that's you guys don't understand. That's a guy.
Yeah, that's a dude.
That's not a girl. And she goes, what? And I said, that's not a girl. See, that's why guys end up tied up in their room, because they understand that wasn't a female. That was male.
That's so crazy. Like that this subject is coming up because last night I decided to watch this new. Well, it's not a new show. It's like in its 3rd season called Euphoria. Have you seen it? Nope. Like definitely probably not your type of show, but it's a very popular show. I guess that's out there, and it's got some very popular newer, younger stars in it. Okay, and I couldn't tell you their names whatsoever, so don't even try. But anyhow, I'm watching like one of the first episodes of this, and there's a character in there that's a girl, whatever. And these 2 girls are laying there, and they're laying in the bed, and they have like bikinis on, and they kind of like show their whole body laying there. And I'm like, that's a dude. Like you could see the junk like bulged up in there. I'm like, that's a dude. And the whole thing, this is like in the beginning of the thing. And I'm like, I'm watching episode after episode. I'm like, kept looking. I'm like, kind of looks like a girl, like really tiny and all this stuff, because they're like high school kids, whatever. Yeah. But I'm like, that's junk. There's no mistaking. There's junk in there, right? So I'm like, so then later in, it wasn't until like 6th, 7th episode, and people that watch this know, because this is like the thing. It's a transvestite that's on the show. Exactly. Like, and I'm like, oh, okay. Now they go into the whole thing. There is a storyline in the show about this kid being a transvestite and all the whole 9 yards. But I was like, yeah, no mistaken. We could call them out like that.
And the funny thing about it too is that in the job that we do, it doesn't shock us.
No.
Right? I mean,
we've seen it all.
It does not shock us at all. And we don't care. I mean, there's neither one of us could give a crap.
I don't care.
I mean, we're very secure in who we are.
This is what I say. Give a crap. Do whatever you want with your junk. Whatever you want to do.
Exactly. As long as you're happy.
I'm going to do what I want to do with my junk. You do what you
I ain't going to tell you what I'm doing, but I mean, I don't want to know what you're doing either. Right?
Yeah, some of that stuff. And that's how the show kind of goes into this whole crazy, like back end story to these people's lives and like the crazy shit that's going on in these young teenagers' heads.
In our job, it's a need to know, and there's some of the shit you don't need to know.
Oh, yeah. Something you don't want to know. Yeah.
So some of the craziest shit happens on airplanes, right?
Oh, yeah. One
of the craziest things on a red eye one time I was flying, what's one of the craziest things you've ever seen?
Craziest thing I've ever seen? I mean, I've got a laundry list of crazy things. But one of the funniest crazy things is like this dude walks on, he's in first class, and he's in that first seat. And you know how like we're sitting in the jump seat on our aircraft, and this one position, you're kind of like sitting right in front of the passengers, and the dude sits down, puts his luggage up, whatever, sits down. He pulls out, I thought he had a pillow with him. He takes the thing and he like flops this thing over his head. And he turns into like Marvin Martian.
I know, I've seen those. It's one
of those ostrich pillows.
Yeah.
And I had never seen one. I'm like, and the whole entire flight.
You're drawn to it.
Literally. I mean, the second he gets on, boom.
Yeah.
He's got this big bubble head pillow thing on his head. Look it up, people. Oh my gosh.
You're drawn to it, right? I mean, as soon as you see something like that, you're just
I couldn't stop looking at it because it just has a hole of like right here. That's all you can see.
Yeah, you're drawn to it.
Yeah.
I was walking through on a red eye. You know how we do our checks?
Yeah.
So I'm got my flashlight. I'm like going back and forth.
Right.
And as I'm going back, there's this woman in the aisle seat like this.
Just like.
I'm like,
mouth open, eyes open, and she's sleeping.
I'm thinking she's dead. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to throw this. We're going to have to do CPR, right? AED, we're getting ready to call it. No, she's asleep.
With her eyes open.
Eyes open.
That's creepy.
Freakiest thing I've ever seen.
Creepy.
And all I could think about, okay, your mind goes into overload at that point.
My dad was that person.
Really? Okay,
let's sleep with his eyes open.
But
he'd be like, just like this. We're like,
how in the hell do you
I didn't know if you
But how do you get married?
Yeah.
How do you get married? Okay, because if you're dating her, no, but if you're dating her and say you spent the night with her, and then you rolled over, and you're like, oh yeah,
I don't know how that people do that. Like, how do you just like turn off your brain?
You're seeing this.
Yeah, he's not smiling at you.
There's no way you're not staying.
No, if they're smiling in their sleep and they're looking in their eyes.
No, you're not staying. No. It doesn't matter.
I'm like, oh hell no.
Eyes wide open. There ain't no way in hell you're staying.
There's no way, dude.
You're like, that's not my spouse to be. There's no way, because they'd freak you out every time. Are you awake?
There's certain, like, isn't it, do you have like body features that like were like just a no-go? Like, I'm not dating anybody. I'm not being connected with anybody that has certain body things. Like me, my whole thing is like that would be one of the things. Like, you sleep with your eyes open.
Oh yeah, it's a game changer.
Right?
No, yeah, we're done.
No,
we're done.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you were nice, but no,
yeah,
that was it.
Yeah. And like cankles, I'm not doing cankles.
No,
either.
I'm not doing cankles.
No, like don't even want to. Like, no. Like all those different types of things. Like, just like certain body features and stuff. I'll be like, no, I'm just not attracted to that.
Yeah, that's like a good smile. Right. Teeth.
Yeah. Teeth, dude.
Teeth are.
You have to have a nice teeth.
Yeah, you got to have nice teeth.
I don't understand. Like,
I say, you look at somebody that got some fangled up teeth.
They smile and they like got a rotten teeth.
Yeah, take care of that, man. You got a dental plan.
That's nasty.
That's nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, we kind of segued there for what we were talking
about. Yeah, we
went
up there. Okay, let's go back. And now you get on a plane, you get here rushing air. Have you ever had that? Crazy time. So rushing air.
Yeah.
Seal. You have a messed up seal.
Yeah, I don't want that.
A door
to
seal.
You don't. Nobody wants that to happen. Right?
And you hear this rushing air going out, and you realize that the plane's not pressurizing.
You ain't going up too high.
Nope, you're circling back.
Yeah, you're just going right back.
So we had a crew that actually happened to them
recently.
And no. It was actually, this is a story, and they were took off, and they all of a sudden the air just keeps rushing out, and gets louder and louder.
Yeah.
And they're making phone calls up to the cockpit. Cockpit realized that they're not pressurizing, so they have to go around burn fuel. This is exciting shit that happens to us, and they have to return to the ground, which is probably no big deal, right? I mean, it's a gap in there, but it seems like it is when you're sitting next to it.
Yeah.
Because all you're thinking about doing is like,
it's loud.
Is that door coming open?
I haven't heard that. Like, you're talking about that. I haven't heard that in recent years, like that happening on a plane. In the older planes, as these planes are like generations getting newer and newer and stuff, they're getting better and better. Like, some of these like little tweak things that they needed to fix, and one of them is like door seals have gotten so much better.
No, I've had bad door seals.
Yeah, but I mean recently,
whistling. Yeah.
Oh,
but not to that extreme. No.
And normally, like when they get up to pressure, eventually we'll
seal.
Yeah. But it's not like in the old days.
But sometimes, man, those high pitched sounds next to the door are deafening.
Oh, they're terrible.
I mean, it's horrible. And when they're like that, though, it's you got to say, because they're deafening.
That's the one thing in our industry, like people don't realize, like we sit by all the doors.
Yeah.
And it's much louder in our areas than it is anywhere in the cabin. So
dude, I about crap myself one time.
Hearing, like how many flight attendants have problems with hearing
over
their careers?
What?
Like, yeah, exactly.
I do. I mean, I honestly do.
Right.
I have problems with it because being pressurized and depressurized so many times.
I mean, if you do it so many times, like over the course of how many years we've been doing it, I mean, you're going to have hearing problems. My latest thing right now was tinnitus. I've been getting tinnitus a little bit here and there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Ringing in the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like every now and then I'll be sitting at my desk and all of a sudden I'm hearing this. And I'm like, what the hell? What's going on here? Come on. Shake it out, John. Get out of there. Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
Dude, I was sitting on the plane one time, and the door handle, it was like a 7.5. We're freaking 35,000 feet, and all of a sudden this cruise, and all of a sudden this is what happened to the handle. Pop.
Really?
Yeah, it just popped up like that.
Oh,
it was crazy.
That's scary.
Yeah. Nothing happened. The door pushes out. The way doors work, I mean, once they're pressurized,
on the aircraft,
they'll push out.
Yeah.
So they sealed. It wasn't that, but it still makes you crap your pants.
Oh yeah, you don't want to see door handles moving.
No, door handle moving, man.
And altitude.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. So, and then a flight attendant was telling me that, remember the days when we used to pay for liquor?
Oh yeah.
That a guy next to them, they had to call the police on this guy.
We still pay for liquor. What are you talking about?
When they paid cash for liquor.
Oh, cash.
I'm sorry about that. Cash.
Sorry. Yeah.
So the story was when they paid cash for liquor. The guy next to her, they were going to Seattle, and when she fell asleep, she went into his wallet, stole her money, and was buying alcohol from the crew. Do you know where he's going to Seattle for?
What's that?
Rehab. It was his last. It was his last.
Hurrah.
So he got arrested before he went to rehab.
Somebody was doing that the other day with the charging a different person's seat.
Really?
Oh, I was sitting there, charge my
Good.
Yeah, it's kind of smart.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like a little like how do you track that until the person found out that they were charging it. Because all that stuff comes up on your app.
Yeah.
Even on the
and you wouldn't even know it. I mean, if you didn't check your email.
I've had a couple times where passengers come back and be like, "Hey, something charged to me on this flight," and I'm like, "What?" I didn't even realize that was even the thing.
Yeah.
But I guess when it gets charged on their app during the flight, they can see, "Oh, I've charged something or something got ringed to you, whatever."
Yeah.
Because to your account, whatever. But somebody these yahoos were charging somebody else's seat.
Dude, one of the craziest flights that I ever had. This guy got all these call buttons going off. Walk up, there's this guy in the middle seat, and he was pounding on his tray table. Pounding, I mean, like this, pounding on this. And these guys next to him are like, "Dude, we need to move." I'm like, "There's no seats," and they're scared shitless because this guy is whacked out. And I'm looking at him trying to talk to him. He won't even say anything to me. He's just grunting. Now he's looking at me like Jack Nicholas from The Shining.
Yeah,
he's like looking up at me. Now
here's Johnny.
Exactly, crazy. He's got this crazy look. But here's the key: he's not doing anything to anybody.
Right, he's not doing anything right. Other than banging on a seat to a person in front of him probably didn't like that.
But he's not doing anything.
Right.
So you can't have him arrested.
Right.
He didn't threaten anybody.
Yeah.
So this whole time I'm telling these guys, I'm like, I hate to tell you this, there's not a lot I can do, with this guy. But he was not sane. He was crazy. Yeah. We get these people every once in a while, but that was probably one of the craziest things I've ever had on the plane.
You know what always it's funny, but it's not funny. But when you get these autistic people on board the aircraft that are almost to the border of Tourette's.
Yeah.
Where they're screaming out.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
How many times do we get
They'll
that
startle you though.
Yeah,
you're
they
standing
startle
out,
you.
And all of a sudden you hear,
yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the
I had one that was it was Tourette's. They were literally screaming out profanities and stuff and people were people was "Can you stop that?" I'm like, "You stop it."
Yeah, you can stop it. Yeah,
You're
I mean, once you understand it, I mean, you already know.
You don't realize what once you're in the environment of that person, and you're like, oh, "Okay, I see what's happening. This person can't help themselves."
Yeah.
Blah blah. But in the beginning, it startles the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Especially if they don't tell you.
Right.
If they don't let you know in advance.
Yeah.
And that there's there potentially could be an issue. You just what. You jump, and then they tell you, and you realize, and you're like, okay. And everybody else usually around there's pretty understanding,
right?
Even though sometimes it gets a little bit out of sorts, right? Gets a little bitty crazy. But last thing I wanted to talk about before we move on was this passenger that I had years ago. Have you ever had a sleepwalking passenger?
Mm-mm.
Sleepwalking?
No.
Never. Okay. So this guy gets up and he turns to the wall at 1F and starts peeing on the fuselage.
Oh, nice.
I thought he was drunk.
Yeah.
Nope.
He's sleepwalking.
In
his sleep.
Did you ever hear about that? Hear about anybody? You know how
you've
never heard about anybody sleepwalking? They're being pee in a closet or anything?
Yeah. No, I've heard those type of stories, but I've never had on the plane. I can't imagine.
But could you imagine waking up? Somebody waking you up.
And then you're flying with that flight attendant. I don't do pee.
But you're waking up and you realize you just pissed all over the wall.
Oh, dude. Damn it. You're like, damn it.
I couldn't have just waited till I got home.
I have a friend that he has this college friend that his whole time in college, he was a bedwetter the entire time.
Really?
Yeah, he's one of his roommates in college. And the guy wets in the bed. He got married. He still wets in the bed. It's this is his MO. He, for whatever reason, he can't control himself once he goes to sleep, type of thing. And I'm like,
rubber sheets.
Who marries that?
I don't know. Well, who marries the one? Well, the lady that has her eyes open.
The lady that likes to get peed on.
Well, no, the lady that has her eyes open like this because she's not startled. Her eyes are wide open, right? So she's not startled. She's like, okay, so there's pee in the bed.
There's no way.
You got rubber sheets.
That's when
and
you
eyes
definitely
wide
need
open.
split mattresses, different beds. I mean, we all have problems and issues and stuff like that, but I was like, wow. I mean, this dude. I mean, grown adult, he's still pissing in bed. Dude.
Okay, here's a problem. A lady was on a flight recently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she wouldn't go off the flight.
Right.
Talk about this all the time.
Right.
She made the plane go back to the gate. Everybody had to get off the aircraft. Okay, you know what the charge was? Trespassing.
Oh yeah, because she wouldn't leave.
She wouldn't leave. That's
right.
Now the difference in plane trespassing and normal trespassing.
Federal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right there. You guys better realize this. When you do this on an airplane, the difference is when you get charged, it's a federal charge because it becomes interference with the crew member's duty. We talk about this all the time.
Yep.
So she went from all she had to do, even if she didn't want to do this, all she had to do was get up and walk off the plane. Even if they charged her, which they probably wouldn't have, but even if they would have charged her with trespassing, the fine would have been about $1,000. She maybe would have done 5 or 6 days in jail. Now, that federal charge goes from that to you pay fines up to $25,000, right? Oh, wow. Then the attorney's fee to fight the federal charges of the trespassing, they said could extend from $25,000 to $100,000 to fight the federal charges that are going to be brought against you because you were arrested. So the charges are going to stick. You're going to do that. And you could go to jail for up to 6 months.
Yeah. Here's my thing with the whole, I mean, you're so arrogant and such a freaking asshole, bitch, whatever you are, okay? That you're going to inconvenience the entire plane.
Everybody.
To make them come back to the gate to deal with you.
Yep.
Yeah. That's when those people need to be federally charged and they need to be freaking prosecuted and like, don't get off the hook. Like,
this is that 0.1% of people that we talk about all the time. It's not.
I don't even know if it's 1%.
No,
like,
0.1%.
Yeah,
I said 0.1%. Right. Because 99.9% of the time, you get on planes, none of this shit happens. Yeah. You'll see these videos and you'll see this stuff, and it blows it up. But she's like 0.1%. But that 0.1%, you really don't think of the aftermath.
No.
She didn't. Trust me when I'm telling you, she didn't think of the aftermath, but she is now. Because the charges are real, the fines are real, and then you fighting the fines and the cost of that is real.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to have to pay the price all for not getting off of a phone. That's stupid.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, it's just dumbest thing.
Stupid.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, so other thing, I had to talk about this one. Did you see those tourists that were climbing the volcano in Guatemala? Did you see that video?
Yeah. I saw that video.
Thought of you.
That's crazy. Why'd you think of me?
The shit that we used to do. Really. Because see, this is something over the years, like this individual over here has always tried to get me to do stupid shit. One day we're going to go back and we're going to revisit our San Pedro Sula Tegucigalpa because you guys only heard that. You actually didn't ever see it on video.
Yeah, not on video.
Okay, but he would always make me go do some crazy ass shit, and he was like, "Gee, we're gonna go here. Gee, we're gonna do that."
I'm all about adventure and experiences. Let's do it.
Okay. He wanted me to jump out of a perfectly good airplane in a parachute. I'm like, no.
Why not? It's awesome.
Because you just see the video of the guy that bounces. I'm not doing it.
0.001%.
Not doing it. No reason to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. But anyway, my point is that this is what he always you'd always get me to do. So when I seen this, I'm like, this is the shit you would have made me do. if we'd have been on a layover somewhere, you'd have been this. Guatemala, you'd have said, gee, I got something we're doing, man. We're doing, right?
Yeah.
We are gonna go hike up this volcano and we're gonna go take a picture of the volcano.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
you know what? Have you ever seen lava in person?
Not you admit, yeah, no. But I'm making my point.
Right.
So I could see us trekking up this thing, me going, this is bullshit, Sean. You see steam coming out and shit like that. And I'm like, this bullshit.
And the
shouldn't be doing this. No, shouldn't be doing this. And I'm going, this whole time I'm watching this video, these people climbing up thinking you. And I'm like, this is something that you would have made me do, right? Dude. And then all of a sudden, what happens to this volcano? What happened to it? It erupted. Yeah. So you see these people, and now I can see me and him running down this damn hill like this.
You can't run fast enough.
You dumbass.
Did you see on the video too? Like, did you see all the like? It's one thing when it erupts, but it's that people don't realize that when a volcano erupts, it's spewing out not only gases and steam and heat and all that stuff. It's spewing out rocks, boulders, lava. Like all that stuff is coming out. And it's going to come down somewhere. Yeah. And on the video, you can actually see the rock and all the shit coming down. Like, it is, like, that's some scary shit right there.
That's why I thought of you.
Yeah.
Because you would have had me up there walking up for that damn volcano.
I don't know. That was a little bit too active of a volcano. It was already steaming when they were walking up.
Bullshit. You would have had me up there and we'd have been running down that damn thing. I'd have been cursing at you all the way down that
After
damn
taking,
thing.
like, in college, I took this class, which is one of the coolest classes I ever took, even though the instructor was a little anal about stuff. But anyways, it was on natural disasters. It taught you all about, like, avocados.
Avocados. Hey, if you ever heard about it, how dangerous an avocado is, especially when you go in there and you pop the seed out. What the fuck?
Volcanoes.
How dangerous an avocado is from
volcanoes,
a volcano.
Talking about floods, talking about all these natural disasters, mudslides, all these different things that we see, earthquakes, all this stuff. But it really got into the whole geology of it and all this stuff and how it works. And like, there's so many volcanoes in this world. People don't realize, like, there's volcanoes everywhere. Here in Ohio, we're on a big volcanic plate.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. So anyhow, there is a Netflix show out there that you got to see. Like, that this video is just a little tiny piece of what this thing that happened in New Zealand, and it happened in 1989 or something like that. And this volcano erupted with these tourists going up on it. It was like they'd give tours to this thing, but it was kind of an active steam and whatever. But this thing, it's called volcano. It says the volcano rescue from Waikari or something like that. Anyways, the volcano. You got to check it out. The documentary. It's crazy. Like, this married couple got married and went there on vacation and they got burnt and survived. But I mean, it is wild.
And I did see, I seen part of that, and he's right. It is amazing. But see, the point being, go back.
You've already made your point.
All the way
beating
back.
A dead horse.
This is the reason
you're beating a dead horse.
Him. All right, guys. Let's go to the inspirational quote.
The inspirational quote.
When you feel like you've reached the end of your rope.
I guess you're there.
No. Tie a knot and hang on.
Yeah.
Because shit's going to get a little better.
Yeah. Trust that it's going to get better.
Right? Unless you're running down from a volcano.
Don't tie a knot. Get out of there.
That's you run like hell. Either that or just don't go.
Dude.
Right? Go to a beach.
Here's my personal volcano story, because you're like talking about this. So my wife and I go and we visit Hawaii, and we decide I want to see lava up close. Like, I want to actually see it.
See what I'm saying?
So I wanted to take some picture of it and all this stuff. So in the Volcano National Park on the big island of Hawaii, there's actual flows and stuff that you can go see. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And you can hike up to it. And it's like, this thing is it does erupt but it's like one of those, it's not like what you're seeing on that video of these guys running down the hill. So it like erupts and spews out lava, type of thing. Anyways, we decide, they're like, yeah, you can go see this, but you park your car here and then you got to hike into where this lava is. And so I'm like, sure. We go in there, dude. We took a tiny 16.9 ounce bottle of water. It was like a 2.5 mile hike into where this lava was flowing. It's oozing on the ground. You can actually see it, like it would bust out and it would like ooze, like, and I'm talking like oozing, like that's how slow. Like it's not gonna jump out and grab you. But there's these places where, like, if you step in the wrong place, it could have just flowed and you're just gonna boom, you're done. Burn, toast. But I did that. And we got all the way out there and realized that we didn't have enough water.
Yeah, I'm looking at everybody, and I'm thinking of how much he extended the show just to prove my point of why I thought about him, about this stupid-ass volcano, and it would have been us running down the hill.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So it was me and my wife hiking back.
You guys have a great week. Sean extended the show
right.
just to prove a point.
That's right.
That it would have been us running for the volcano.
You could come too. Come on, be on my flight.
Nope. You guys have a great week.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Cabin Pressure.
See you guys.
Bye. All right, friends. That's a dose of aviation chaos for today. If you laughed, gasped, or got mildly triggered by airport behavior, hit subscribe. Then go ahead and watch another episode because we are fully committed to turning your free time into airline stories and bad passenger decisions. Leave us a comment with your funniest travel experiences and share this with that one friend who's always late to the airport but somehow blames the TSA. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Cabin Pressure with Sean and G.